Teachers protest low pay in Iran. Hundreds of retired teachers in Iran held rallies on Sunday in front of the regime's parliament and offices of the Planning and Budget Organization to demand adjustment pays. The enraged pensioners chanted, "Teachers die but will never accept abjection," and "We will not step back until receiving our bonuses." Earlier on Sunday, the teachers also held similar rallies outside the PBO and the Ministry of Education. Active and retired teachers have held numerous demonstrations during the past year, demanding better pay. Teachers are one of the lowest paid government employees. Nonetheless, none of their demands have been met so far. Moreover, several activist teachers have been arrested and sentenced to long prison terms. EU-led Maritime security initiative has US support. An important EU-led initiative on maritime security in the Gulf has the support of the US, UK Foreign Minister Dominic Raab said on Monday. Britain also rejected the idea that it could release an Iranian tanker in exchange for a British-flagged vessel seized by the regime in the Gulf. Raab told BBC Radio, "There is no quid pro quo. This is not about some kind of barter, this is about the international law and the rules of the international legal system being upheld, and that is what we will insist on. If Iranians want to come out of the dark and be accepted as a responsible member of the international community, they need to adhere to a rules-based system of the international community. You cannot go about detaining unlawfully foreign vessels." Hunger-striking political prisoner flogged 100 times for blasphemy. Political prisoner Peyman Mizazadeh is on hunger strike in protest to being sentenced to 2 years in prison and 100 lashes. His flogging sentence was carried out on Sunday. He started his hunger strike after he was flogged in Urmia prison in northwestern Iran. Muzahedin was transferred to the 4th branch of the Sentence Implementation Department on Sunday, where he was flogged 100 times. His body, especially his back and his feet, are now heavily swollen, and he is in poor health. Iranian Interior Minister forewarns of further protests. Abdulreza Rahmani Fazli, the Iranian Minister of the Interior, warned of a possible eruption of popular uprisings. He told State TV, "We shouldn't neglect, ignore the protests and unrest, and not take preventative measures and proper responses. Any incident could turn into a great event. The enemy attempts to trigger these incidents by imposing sanctions. They have repeatedly said that they should do anything to escalate the protests and social unrest. This policy began right after the protests at the beginning of 2018. At the end of 2017, protests erupted across Iran. Demonstrations over economic woes quickly turned into anti-regime protests that spread to more than 140 cities. Iran is the core conflict in the region. Jason Greenblatt, US Special Representative for International Negotiations, told Fox News that Iran's regime is the biggest threat to the Middle East, and the core conflict in the region is no longer the Israeli-Palestinian issue. He said, "Iran is the core conflict in the region. I'm not sure the Israeli-Palestinian conflict was ever the core conflict in the region. It certainly is not the core conflict in the region now, and the president is working hard to figure out how to protect everybody from Iran, our allies in the region, not just Israel but also Saudi Arabia and the Emiratis."